Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft in our survival single-player world. I am Malign Mysticality and I have been busy between episodes. Not through town here, still haven't gotten the lamps up. We'll get to that sooner rather than later, I suppose, but where I have been busy is in my ender chest. Also, I did get a dog, and he is such a good boy. The fresh animation guys did such a good job. He just sits there and wags his tail. I love it. It's delightful. So, let's take a look at our shulker boxes, shall we? We've got 2 full boxes of fireworks now. Rockets and Rockets 2 Electric Boogaloo. We've got the ammo can, which is just full of arrows. The Necromancer starter kit full of bones. The sewing kit full of string. The Bam box full of bamboo. The Forge starter kit, which is just all blocks of iron. The boom box, which is all gunpowder. The lunch box, which is full of golden carrots. The toolbox, which we'll take a look at here in a second, because it's got various things in it. The stationery store, which is all sugarcane for paper. So that if I need to make more rockets on the go, I'm, well, pretty well set for it. The GPS system was one we'll also take a look at. The Alchemist carry-on, which is just potions as I'm getting a hold of them. I've got to put some fire resist from the Nether in there, but this is going to be a potion box by the time it's done. The wallet, which is just all of my emeralds. The die box, which is full of all of our colored dyes. And the casual box of disembodied heads. Those are the 3 we're going to take a quick look at. So, the toolbox has various useful things. Our gold boots for the Nether, an extra elytra for if we're ever out and it breaks. Our diamond chest plate that we're wearing when we're not wearing our elytra, which currently seems to be always. So, we'll have that on hand just in case, and our mob farm sword for looting, and also when we go to get wither skeleton skulls, which we'll do eventually. A flint and steel, which, oh yeah, I can add an extra flint and steel in there. I found a nether portal, one of the abandoned ones, while I was flying around to start that intro sweep in, so some ender pearls, because it's never a bad thing to have. A lodestone and a compass so that we can set a position if we need to remember where something is. An anvil, a golden apple, some lanterns, and some sea pickles. This is our casual box of disembodied heads, which is just all of the mob heads that I've collected, and it is noteworthy that the drowned head and the shulker heads have fixed, so they are correct now. So, that's useful. And I do think it's mildly concerning that the heads that I have the most of are wandering traders and villagers, but we're going to ignore that. And, you know, third place is iron golems. I mean, there's a reason for that, though. This place isn't supposed to produce them, and it does, and I have to exterminate. It's fine. And our third box is our GPS box, which has lodestone compasses to various locations. Witch Hut is one that we're going to go to, not in this episode, but probably in another episode or 2, to build a witch farm. We'll come back to that. But the western town plot, that's where our stronghold entrance is, out in the mesa out there. The mob grinder is the one that we've been AFK at between episodes, and the starter village is where I'm standing right now. So, that's just for getting back to useful locations. I figure if I need to get somewhere and I don't know exactly where I am, it'll be really easy to pop my pocket ender chest out and just grab the GPS box. So, we had some overflow golden carrots from trading, and I didn't feel like carrying them all in my pockets, so they're here, as well as just some lanterns, which I could put in the toolbox, but I feel like just having some lights here outside of the toolbox that I can just quickly grab makes sense if I'm just trying to quickly light an area up. So we're going to leave those for now. Might change it later. We still have 3 empties. Why did I pick that up? This one lives here. I'm so used to putting down the pocket one and breaking it. Just a little bit of... Oh, I could put another golden apple in there, too. This one? Yeah. That and that. Those and those and... obsidian. Perfect. Inventory all sorted. So, as for what we're going to be doing today, other than petting the good boy and finding that bat, he's got to be in the ground under here somewhere. Anyways, other than that, we are going to go bastion busting today. My goal is to, by the end of this episode, have all of our armor and all of our tools as netherite. Actually, in the name of that, I really should grab... I'll do it when we get there. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to head to the Nether. We're going to do a little bit of a fly around and see if we can find ourselves a bastion. So, I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, well this took a little bit of exploration and flying around. I did get some of the nether stuff I needed though while I was out and about. Also, very importantly, got a fire resist potion to throw in my pocket and some to throw in the alchemy chest as well. And I brought some hoppers along with us because they are going to be incredibly useful in here. So, we are standing on top of a bastion remnant. We're gonna dig in. Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see ya. How's the wife? Yep. We're all good here. Let's see. You know, I haven't really explored one of these before, so I'm not entirely sure where chests would be in this place, but we're gonna find out. You know, this is why we always keep fire resist on hand. Boy. Alright, guys. Cool. Now comes the part where I have to be exceedingly careful. The part where I get out of here. Okay. Cool. Let's do a couple things. I know I'm not wearing any gold. Get out of here. And we got what we went in there for. And a bonus netherite ingot, which is empty. Now I've got to remember where I'm at so we can get out of here. Give me one moment. Here we are. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Do that, those, and start going through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Serious dedication. Because you gotta do the hoe, of course. And then our good armor. Yeah. It'll be a lot easier to not confuse these in the future. Plus all the other added. Cover me in debris. The other major added benefit is that now that our armor is made of netherite and our tools are made of netherite, even if we die in lava, we don't lose our stuff. And there's just something very right about that. Okay. I'm going to put the rest of these in here for later. Our current elytra. Sort of clean up our stacks here. I need a couple more obsidian in there, just so that I have a bonus nether portal whenever I need it. Put all this stuff away. Alright guys, I'm going to do some cleanup, see what we're looking at as far as time goes in this one. And then... Ooh, that's a nice view of the tower. Anyway, yeah, I'll see where we're at for this episode, and then we may have one more thing that we try to get done in this one. So, see you in just a minute. I know what you must be thinking. Why are we back in the Nether? We just left the Nether. Well, we spawn in over there. This is our fortress. And we're gonna see if we can find some Wither Skelly skulls. Probably should have brought some kind of light source with me here. Oh yeah, it gets dark in there. Hold on. We're gonna swap to our armor real quick. We're gonna grab lanterns. Those will be more useful in our offhand for the moment right now anyways. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do about some Wither Skellies. Well, guys, I think I would call that brief little foray into the Nether Fortress a success. We have 3 Wither Skeleton Skulls and a Blaze Head, don't disrespect the Blaze. And we can fight the Wither boss. We're not going to do that in this episode. I've about run out the time that I have for recording, but that's something to look forward to moving forward. I gotta refill some inventory. I've got to get a couple things prepped and ready before we fight this guy. Ideally, we'll have a few more potions, which isn't out of the question, given we just got a nice stack of blaze rods. So, we should have our potion-making process up and running real quick here. Other than that, we got a bunch of bones, we got some coal, some netherrack, some various bits and bobs, but this is what we really wanted. In fact, we are going to put our wither kit here in a shulker box all by itself. And we're even going to give it a name. What is a good name for the wither box? Ooh, I got it. I'm going to call this the Beacon Starter Kit. There we go. Now, I want to capitalize those. There we go. 1 Beacon Starter Kit. You know, we'll even dye it. What's a good color? I like blue. There we go. I know I could have gone with black for the Wither Skeleton Skulls, but... it's not a Wither kit, it's a build-your-own beacon kit. So, we have a lot of things to take care of before we can get into some next stages of progress. One of the big things we're going to be hopping on next week, I mentioned earlier, I've got a witch hut. We'll actually pop out there real quick just to take a quick look. Where's my GPS box? Also blue. So, we're going to grab the witch hut, and we are going to put away the rest of the GPS. I know. I'll build you a doggy door here in a second. I'll do that between episodes. Right out this way, though. Beyond some of the other places we're going to be building, we've got a pretty large expanse of swamp. I didn't put a lodestone here in this valley just because it's close and memorable enough. I'm not going to have a hard time finding it. I will eventually once I get started on the build here, but that's all dependent on the build. Oh, that was a big goat jump. Okay. But passing through quite a bit more of the Pale Garden. There's actually a ton of it out here. I shouldn't have any problems getting some creeking together to make a resin farm. It is astonishing how many are out here. Past a really picturesque river. I'll probably build something along here too. Maybe like a little trading station or just a little village along the river. I don't know. Are these all cornflowers? Yeah, those are cornflowers. I already have those. Anyways, if we get just a little farther here, I think it's something like 2,000 blocks out, which isn't terrible by elytra. You can get across pretty quickly. We should be... Yeah, you can start to see the swamp just out there. Give ourselves a little boost, because we weren't quite going to make it without it. And we should have it in view any second now. Ah, there it is. So here is our witch hut. And we will be coming back out here next week to start getting ready for a witch. I didn't notice that up there. We're going to check on what that is here in a second, too. But I plan to come back out here, tear out all of the forest throughout this area, start getting things prepared for a witch farm, and then as soon as we can, we're going to convert this so we can have redstone on the run. Oh, it's just a oddly placed mushroom. This mushroom, surrounded by spruce, almost looked like someone had built something out here. Kind of weird. Anyways, be prepared in the next one for what will likely be a very large land clearing montage to clear a huge area around this thing out so that that thing can be as efficient as possible. I looked around, I couldn't find any double or higher witch huts. I did find a couple of other individuals, but this one was the closest, so we're gonna make good use of it. And if maybe somewhere further out as we continue exploring we find a better setup, we can build a larger farm later. But I think, honestly, it's a single-player world. I've got some big redstone things to build, but I don't think that we are going to exceed the output of a single witch farm. So, for now, we're going to call it good, and that is something to be built on the horizon here. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming along on the adventure. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, there are new Minecraft videos every Saturday. I play other games, put out 2 other videos a week on Mondays and Wednesdays as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.